Hey guys, what's up? Dave with Nankin Hobby, of course. Today we got the new AX24. We're gonna check it out, get a little bit of running video, and gonna give you my thoughts. So let's jump into it. All right, so this is the new AX24. For those of you that have been in the crawling world, the XC1. This was on the original AX10 chassis. It's basically what got a lot of people into competition style crawlers, and had a twin vertical plate chassis, which this has as well. But we'll dive into that here in a minute, a little more in depth. But right now, let's finish and open up this box. Just like every other 24th scale, these guys come with the batteries, manual, a couple stickers, little tool, comes with your charger, just a little USB guy, whatever. It works, gets the job done. It also comes with a radio. So these come completely ready to run. With the SLT3, that's what's going to allow this thing to have four-wheel steer. So let's clear this stuff out, and I'll kind of show you some of the cool little features that this guy has. So this little guy, as you can see, it's pretty floppy. These shocks, they're pretty long. I mean, most SCX24s are pretty bouncy. They don't run oil in their shocks. Basically just too small. But this body is Velcroed on there, which works for these little 24 scales. You can actually have it leave it Velcroed and just pull off the front. And it's going to hinge off the back. So, not going to lie, it feels a little flimsy in the back. This body mount feels a little flimsy, is what it is. But yeah, so twin vertical plates, that's what these guys are. That's what this is considered. Kind of turn it around. So you got twin vertical plates. These are metal. So it's not a scale C-channel chassis like the other SCX24s. They do have some cool little boat sides that the body sits in. There are LEDs, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. There's a 2-in-1 ESC receiver combo. The battery just fits in here real nice. So that's where the battery goes. So I want to say it's a little high, but that's about where it sat on the old 10 scale one. So most people, they would put a battery, at least on the 10 scale, they would put it on the front axle to give you a little bit more forward weight. That was more for competition stuff. These body pins go in vertically, not horizontally. So that's real fun. These things do have four-wheel steer, servo front and rear. It's just the AS1, which comes on all the others, I do believe. Normal motor. The wheels and tires, they're a little bit bigger than the stock, the other stock tires on the other SCX24s. So it's a little bouncy, just like every other SCX24. No big deal. So body looks pretty good. They molded it off of 10 scale one. I wish they would come out with a 10 scale version again. There's a little repop, but hey, whatever. This is still pretty cool. These have little slots at the body just is supposed to sit in, and then Velcro sits. So now that we kind of did a little rundown of that, let's get some running footage. Alright, so now that we got this thing out on the rocks, I'll show you some of the little features that it has. It does have 4-wheel steer. In this SLT3, it has a little button by your thumb. If you click it down once, it'll actually allow the wheels to turn opposite of themselves. So you spin around in a circle. You click the button up, takes you back to just steering the front axle only. Click it up one more time, and you have for the front servo and the rear servo turning the same way, so you can crab walk and then click back down to go back to forward front steering servo only. These features are great if you're out on the rocks and in tight spots. So the 4-wheel steer really helps. With the servo saver that's on these servos and the, I would say, ready to run servo, that's not the strongest. I definitely recommend upgrading those, especially for having 4-wheel steer. If those rear tires grab onto anything, it just turns the wheels. Or if the truck gets a lot of traction and you're trying to just turn with the front axle, it'll turn the rear wheels, or the rear wheels will stay going straight. It's a little guy, but not the most precise. So, but anyway, so overall this thing crawls pretty good. I mean, the shocks are bouncy just like every other SCX24. They don't run shock oil in the shocks, but whatever, there's other shocks out there that you can change to put on this thing. Obviously there's not a ton of options because these are longer than what come on the SCX24s, but with the hot racing, like telescoping shocks and some of the other telescoping shocks that are out there that people are already putting on SCX24s, those would probably be a good option to put on this to make it maybe a little bit stiffer or lower it down a little bit. There's a couple different options there. So, but this thing is pretty fun out of the box for only $160. It does pretty well compared, at least in my experience, compared to the other SCX24s out of the box. So, biggest thing is, like any other RTR, I recommend changing the servos. So that's all for today's video. Stop in, check out the truck in person, check out all our stores. Be sure to hit that like button, share this video, comment, subscribe, do all those things, and I will catch you guys on the next one.